Alright, so this is question number 2. It says determine the moment of inertia and the radius of gyration of shaded area shown if A is equal to 2" with respect to about the x-axis and also the y-axis. So same thing, we have to find out what is the ix and iy. So here I created this table and I fill out the areas x bar and y bar. And I consider that this entire composite body as segment 1 and the empty space right there as segment 2. Okay, so for the area, we know that the the length will be 8 inches, right? And the height will be 4. So 4 multiplied by 8, that's 32" And then for the segment 2, which will be that 4" multiplied by 2". So I got area as A. And we know that same as the last problem, as x bar will be 0 because they're along the same axis, right? Their centroid will be along the same y-axis. So that means that their x bar, their x distance will be 0. But for the y bar, we know that for segment 1, it will be 0 because we know that the centroid of this entire consolidated body will be right there, because this is a rectangle, and segment 1 is also the composite body of this thing. So which means that the centroid of segment 1 will be the centroid of this entire composite body. So its x bar and y bar will be 0. But for segment 2, its x bar will be 0 because they are along the same y-axis. Okay, so which means that they have no x distance, right? Because they are along the same axis. And then for the y bar, it'll be different because from the y bar, the distance will be from this point to this point, because here's the centroid of segment 2, right? And distance between them is 1". Okay. All right. All right, so let's fill out what the what is the I bar x and I bar y. So we know that for I bar x, that's the base times the height over 12, right? And then for the I bar y, that is the h times the b cube over 12. Okay, and that's the only for the rectangle. So for different kind of shape, they have different moment equations. Okay. So let's do the I bar x. So I bar x will be a, which is the base, multiplied by the height, which is 4 cube over 12. See what that equal to? That is 42.67. And then for the I bar y, that'll be 4 multiplied by 8 cube over 12. I got that as 170.67. Okay, let me calculate the I bar x and I bar y. Should be cube, not square. Okay, so I calculate that, and let's find out what the ix and iy is. So we know that, so for 1, so ix, that's equal to the 170.67 plus the area, so area of this thing is 32, multiply by this thing is the dy, okay? Oh, hold on, my bad. Ix should be 42.67. Will be 0 in this case uh, because we know that the dy is the distance along the y-axis from the centroid of the segment to the centroid of the composite body. But segment 1 is also the segment 1 centroid is also the entire composite body. So they are the same location, which means that they don't have any distance between them. Okay. So this will be 42.67" for And then for the IY, that'll be 170.67 plus 32. And same thing, this one will be dx. We know that same thing, it'll be 0.2, 70.67. So this one's 43.67 and 170.67. All right, and let's calculate Ix and Iy for segment 2. Okay, so segment 2, Ix will be 2.67 plus the area which will be A. All right, and then plus the x distance. X distance, which dy, y distance. So same thing. So central is right here to the center of segment 2, which is 1, right? So be 1 right here. Let me see what I got. So 2.67 plus 8, 10.67. This one will be 10.67 plus area, which is A. And then this one's the dx, right? You know that they don't have any dx because they are along the same y-axis. Okay, so they don't have any dx. This one be 0. This thing will be 10.67. And then let's just take the let's just do the math right here. So Ix will be equal to Ix1 minus Ix2, right? Because Ix2 is the empty space. X1 goes 42.67, then minus Ix2, which is 10.67. So Ix, I got 32 inch. So Ix is equal to, so yeah, Ix will be 32 inch fourth. And then for the Iy, same thing, Iy1 minus Iy2. So this will be equal to 170.67 minus 10.67. So Iy this will be equal to 160 inch fourth. Okay, so here's the answer for the first part. And then we have to do the radius of gradation for the x and y axis. For the x axis, we know that kx will be Ix over the area, right? And then for the ky, same thing, Iy over the area. And the area will be equal to, so the area right now is the affected area. So we have to take that 32 minus A because the A is the empty space right there. So it will be 24, right? So the area will be 24. And the Ix will be 32 over 24. Let me see, 32 divided by 24. This will be 1.54. This one right here will be 160 over 24. This thing right here will be 2.58. Okay, so here's our the answers.